Have you ever felt that someone close to you might be using you as a mere means to an end, without genuine care or concern for your well-being? It's a harsh reality that many of us face, investing our time, effort, and trust into relationships, only to realize they might be one-sided and unfulfilling. This realization can be painful, but it's crucial for our personal growth and peace of mind. In today's journey through the wisdom of Stoicism on Stoic Quotes 365, we'll explore a topic that strikes a chord with many, identifying the attitudes of people who use us without truly caring for us. This discussion isn't just about recognizing these behaviors, but about learning how to respond with Stoic strength and dignity. We'll delve into the 10 attitudes that reveal when someone is exploiting your kindness, and how, as Stoics, we can maintain our inner tranquility and self-respect amid such challenges. What are the signs of a one-sided relationship where genuine care is absent? How do you recognize when someone is merely using you? These questions are vital, and through the lens of Stoicism, we will find meaningful answers. More importantly, we'll discover strategies to uphold our inner peace and steadfastness in the face of these difficult truths. As we embark on this insightful journey, I challenge you to stay with us until the end. Don't miss any of the lessons that can transform your understanding and approach to such relationships. If you find this exploration meaningful, please leave a comment to share your thoughts and experiences. Your insights could be the guiding light for others on a similar path. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Stoic Quotes 365 for more profound insights into Stoicism and practical philosophy. Now, let's begin by uncovering the first sign of someone who only uses you and doesn't genuinely care: the failure to fulfill promises. Number 1. Failure to fulfill promises. Have you ever placed your trust in someone's promise, only to be left waiting as the promise fades into oblivion? Imagine the weight of disappointment anchoring your heart, pulling it into the depths of disillusionment. This is a plight many face when others fail to fulfill their promises. But what wisdom can Stoicism offer us in these moments of betrayal? Consider a tale from the ancient streets of Rome, where a Stoic philosopher encountered a similar betrayal. He lent money to a trusted friend who promised to return it on a set date. However, when the day arrived, the friend was nowhere to be found. Instead of succumbing to anger or despair, the philosopher turned inward, reflecting on the teachings of Stoicism. He asked himself, "What is within my control?" Now think about your own life. When someone breaks a promise to you, do you let it disrupt your inner peace, or do you remember that their actions are beyond your control, while your response is not? Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what we can change and what we must accept. Can you recall a time when you practiced this distinction? How did it feel to release the burden of trying to control the uncontrollable? The Stoic philosopher in our story realized that while he could not control his friend's actions, he could control his reaction. He chose understanding over resentment, seeing the broken promise as an opportunity to strengthen his resilience and independence. He understood that clinging to anger or disappointment would only harm his own peace of mind. So, I invite you to ponder that. When someone fails to keep a promise to you, how will you respond? Will you allow their actions to disturb your tranquility, or will you, like the Stoic, find strength in what you can control? Your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions? Remember that in the grand theater of life, we are the masters of our inner stage. Let the unkept promises of others be but fleeting shadows, while you remain the steadfast light, shining with the wisdom of Stoicism. In these moments, reflect on the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This powerful insight reminds us that our true strength lies in our ability to adapt our mindset to changing circumstances, not in trying to control the uncontrollable. By focusing on what we can control, we maintain our inner peace and develop resilience against life's inevitable disappointment. This practice of mindfulness and acceptance allows us to navigate through betrayals and broken promises without losing our tranquility. Embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and let it guide you in transforming these challenges into opportunities, personal growth, and strength. Number 2. Disregard for your needs or feeling. In a small bustling village in ancient Greece, a young man devoted himself to helping a friend who continually disregarded his feelings and needs, taking his kindness for granted. Have you ever felt unseen or unappreciated by someone you've devoted your time and energy to? This scenario is all too common and reflects our own experiences today. When someone treats your generosity as a given, ignoring your feelings and needs, it's like a sharp wind trying to extinguish your inner flame. But here's where Stoic wisdom shines. Your inner flame, your dignity, and your self-worth remain untouched unless you allow them to be. Think about a time when someone took your efforts for granted. Did you let their indifference dim your light? Or did you find strength in your self-worth, independent of their acknowledgement? Stoicism teaches us that our happiness and peace are not dependent on the whims and attentions of others. If someone overlooks your needs and feelings, remember, it is a reflection of their character, not a measure of your value. How empowering it is to realize that you have the choice to not let another's disregard disturb your tranquility. Imagine a future scenario where you might face such disregard again. Armed with Stoic resilience, you see the situation with clarity and composure. You acknowledge their behavior without letting it unsettle your peace, maintaining your dignity and self-respect. As we journey through our lives, let us carry with us the Stoic armor that shields our inner peace from the disregard of others. Let us remember that our self-worth is a fortress, impervious to the neglect or indifference of those around us. In this steadfast state, we find not just tranquility, but profound freedom. The freedom to choose our response, uphold our values, and live with unwavering serenity amidst the unpredictable tides of human relationships. Number 3. Diminishing or disdainful comment. Famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Remember, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." We've all faced cutting, diminishing comments from someone who seems to only take from us without a shred of care in return. Picture this. You're sharing your thoughts or achievements, and someone just brushes them off or mocks them. Feels terrible, doesn't it? It's like they're trying to diminish your light, to make it seem less bright. But here's a Stoic twist for you. Their words, their disdain, are all outside of your control. What you can control, however, is your reaction. Imagine you're a seasoned Stoic in ancient Rome, where public opinion was everything. If someone threw disdainful remarks your way, would you let it shake your foundation? No. You'd remember that your worth isn't determined by their words. Your worth is something you carry within, unassailable and purely yours. So when you encounter someone who's using you, not caring about your feelings, and they toss those diminishing comments your way, ask yourself, why give them the power to disturb your peace? Think about it. They throw words at you, trying to get a rise, but you choose not to give them that power. You choose to respond with equanimity and poise. It's not easy. It's a practice, a daily, moment-to-moment practice. Next time you face this situation, take a breath. Remember, you're the captain of your soul, the master of your thoughts. You can choose not to let their words penetrate your armor. By doing so, you will remain calm and steadfast in the face of negative comment. This is a core value that Stoicism wants you to be aware of, recognizing what's in your control and what's not, and choosing to focus your energy on the former. So, the next time someone's words aim to belittle you, smile, nod, and remember, their opinions are just that. Opinions, not definitions of your reality. You are the architect of your inner landscape. Build it strong. Build it with Stoic wisdom. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By understanding and practicing this, you can maintain your inner peace regardless of external disdain. Their words can't define you unless you let them. You control your reaction, and that is where your true power lies. Number 4. Absence in critical moments. Imagine you're in the middle of a storm, metaphorically speaking, and you turn around expecting to see a friend there with you, weathering the storm together. But when you look, there's no one. They've left you to face the tempest alone. This scenario isn't just a test of your endurance. It's a profound moment for self-discovery and growth. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control others' actions, such as someone being absent when we need them the most, we can control our responses. Your friend's absence is outside your control. Your reaction, emotions, and inner peace? It's all you. Think about a time when someone wasn't there for you. Did you feel let down? Naturally. But let's see what Stoicism suggests we do with these experiences. Stoicism teaches us that our inner peace and resilience shouldn't depend on others' presence or actions. So, when you find yourself alone in a challenging moment, remember that you possess a well of inner strength. Ask yourself, what can I control here? You can't control others' actions, but you can control your response, your determination, and your presence in your own life. This Stoic approach doesn't mean you become indifferent to others. Rather, it's about recognizing what's truly within your power, your reactions, your mindset, and your growth. When you do that, you transform. You go from being a leaf tossed in the wind to being the tree, deeply rooted and unshakable, no matter how strong the wind blows. In embracing this Stoic wisdom, you find your inner fortress, peace, regardless of who is with you or not. It's about discovering that even in the loneliest moments, you possess a wellspring of strength and resilience within you. Consider the story of a Stoic philosopher who, abandoned by his friends during a critical moment, chose to focus on his own strength and wisdom rather than their absence. He turned inward, realizing that his peace and fortitude were not dependent on their presence. This mindset allowed him to face the challenge with calm and clarity, transforming what could have been a moment of despair into a testament to his inner resilience. When you next find yourself alone in a challenging moment, remember this story. Embrace the understanding that you are in control of your inner world. Your friend's absence is merely an external event, but your response to it shapes your reality. You have the power to maintain your inner peace and strength, independent of others. This is the true power of Stoicism, finding serenity and strength within, no matter the storm outside. It's about becoming the master of your own fate, captain of your soul. By internalizing this wisdom, you learn to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, transforming each trial into a stepping stone for personal growth and inner peace. Number 5, persistent lack of respect. Lawrence Stern once noted, "Respect for ourselves guides our morals. Respect for others guides our manners." But what happens when someone persistently disrespects us? It's like offering a part of your soul, only to have it dismissed or trampled upon. Let's delve into a story from ancient Rome. A Stoic philosopher faced relentless disrespect daily. Did he falter? No, he stood firm, understanding that self-respect is paramount and within his control, unlike the fluctuating respect from others. When you encounter someone who fails to offer the respect you deserve, remember this Stoic wisdom. Your value is not hinged on their recognition or validation. It's intrinsic, something that no one can diminish unless you allow it. Stoicism teaches us to look inward, to find our core of self-respect, and to nurture it regardless of external perceptions. Consider a modern example. Imagine working in an office where a colleague continually disrespects you, dismissing your ideas and undermining your efforts. Instead of letting their behavior define your self-worth, you stand firm in your dignity. Knowing your value isn't dependent on their acknowledgement. You continue to perform with excellence, driven by your own standards and values. Think about a time when someone disrespected you. How did you respond? Did you let it affect your self-esteem, or did you recognize that your self-respect is unassailable? Stoicism teaches us to maintain a foundation of self-worth, remembering that the ultimate respect comes from within. This internal respect acts as a beacon, guiding us through life's tumultuous seas with dignity and grace. Next time you're faced with a persistent lack of respect, ask yourself, will I let this define my self-esteem, or will I, like the Stoic, recognize that my self-respect is a fortress that no external force can breach? Your self-worth is a reflection of your own values and principles, not of others' perceptions. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This wisdom reminds us that our self-respect and dignity are within our control. By internalizing this principle, we can navigate through disrespect with unwavering confidence and grace. We are halfway through today's lesson. Your presence is a great source of encouragement for us in our journey, bringing the true values of Stoic philosophy to more people. Please like and share this video to share these lessons with your relatives and friends. Leave a comment saying, "I appreciate my life," if you are ready for the journey with the next 5 lessons. Number 6. Emotional manipulation. Let's discuss the 6th sign that someone is taking advantage of you and doesn't truly care. Emotional manipulation. Famous Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life." But how can we be truly free if we are entangled in the web of someone else's emotional manipulation? Imagine you're a ship trying to set sail, but your anchor is tangled in the deceitful depths of manipulation, preventing you from navigating the vast seas of life. Have you ever felt like someone was playing your emotions like a fiddle, steering you this way and that, like a ship caught in a storm without a compass? This is emotional manipulation. When someone uses your emotions to control your actions or decisions, how do you stand firm in such a storm? First, recognize the situation for what it is. This isn't about your worth or your emotions being inherently vulnerable. It's about someone else choosing to exploit those emotions. Remember, your feelings are your domain, your inner citadel that no one else should control or manipulate. Stoicism teaches us to separate our internal state from external influence. When someone tries to manipulate your emotions, they're attempting to breach your citadel to take control of your inner domain. But you, armed with Stoic wisdom, can see this for what it is. Test of your resilience and autonomy. Ask yourself, what aspect of this situation is within my control? Your actions, beliefs, and decisions. That's where your power lies. The manipulator's actions are outside your control, and hence not worth your energy or peace of mind. Consider a modern example. Imagine a colleague at work who always tries to make you feel guilty for not covering their shift, playing on your emotions to get what they want. Recognize this manipulation. Reflect on your inner strength, cultivated through understanding and Stoic practice. As Eleanor Roosevelt eloquently put it, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Stand tall, knowing that your emotional well-being is not a puppet to be controlled by someone else's whims. By adopting this Stoic stance, you empower yourself to navigate through emotional manipulation with grace and fortitude, ensuring that your inner citadel remains inviolable, true reflection of your autonomy and resilience. The next time you feel the tug of emotional manipulation, pause, breathe, and remember your inner strength. Your emotional well-being is yours to control, not a tool for others to exploit. Embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and let it guide you in maintaining your inner peace and autonomy, regardless of external manipulation. This approach will help you stay grounded, resilient, and true to yourself amidst life's challenges. Number 7. Selective availability. You are always available, but they are not. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Let's apply this wisdom to relationships, especially with those who show selective availability. These are the people who are all in when they need you, but nowhere to be found when you need them. Have you ever been in that spot? You're always there for someone, offering your time, your ear, your shoulder, but when you're the one in need, they're just absent. It's like you're a convenience store, open 24/7 for them, but they're a boutique with erratic hours, open only when it suits them. Think about how this makes you feel. Frustrated? Disappointed? It's natural. But here's where Stoicism comes in, offering a different perspective. Stoicism teaches us about what's in our control and what's not. We can't control others' actions, but we can control our reactions, expectations, and availability. When someone shows a pattern of selective availability, it's a signal not to anchor your well-being to their presence, to fortify your inner resilience. Remember, you have the power to choose where to invest your energy and time. Just like the wise Stoic, you can decide not to be perturbed by others' inconsistencies, but to focus on cultivating your inner peace and investing in relationships that are truly reciprocal. Imagine a situation at work where a colleague frequently asks for your help, but is never available when you need support. Instead of feeling frustrated, recognize this pattern and adjust your expectations. Choose to help when you genuinely can and want to, without expecting reciprocity. This adjustment helps maintain your inner tranquility and prevents the disappointment that comes from unmet expectation. When someone shows selective availability, it's a cue for you to reassess. Not with bitterness, but with the calm clarity that you deserve reciprocal respect. It's about setting boundaries that honor your self-worth and ensuring that your kindness isn't taken for granted. In doing so, you're not just reacting, you're taking proactive steps to surround yourself with those who value your presence as much as you value theirs. Think of it this way. By choosing to be available only to those who truly appreciate and reciprocate your efforts, you're practicing self-respect. This aligns with the Stoic principle of valuing your time and energy. You are not at the mercy of others' selective attention, but are actively shaping your interactions based on mutual respect and genuine connection. So the next time you encounter someone who is selectively available, use it as an opportunity to reaffirm your boundaries. Invest your energy in relationships that are balanced and fulfilling. By doing this, you move towards true inner freedom and tranquility, guided by the wisdom of Stoicism. Number 8. Lack of genuine support. Have you ever felt the sting of offering unwavering support to someone, only to stand alone when you seek a shoulder in your own time of need? This scenario, sadly familiar to many, exposes the harsh reality of one-sided relationships where sincere support is not reciprocated. Reflect on your life. Have you experienced a similar situation? How did it make you feel? Disappointed and undervalued? These are natural reactions, but Stoicism offers a pathway to tranquility amidst such trials. It teaches us to focus on our capacity to offer support without attachment to the expectation of getting something in return. Stoicism provides wisdom in these trying times. It teaches us that while we cannot control the actions or feelings of others, we can control our responses and perception. The lack of support from others does not diminish the value of our generosity. Consider a moment from your life where you felt let down by someone you supported. Stoicism invites you to view this not as a personal slight, but as an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to virtue and self-sufficiency. Ask yourself, why do I offer support? Is it for gratitude, or because it's the right thing to do? When faced with the absence of support, remind yourself that your worth and peace of mind are not contingent on others' recognition or reciprocation. You have the power to choose serenity over resentment. Find strength in your resolve and character. Consider a modern example. Imagine helping a colleague with a major project, but when you need their assistance, they are nowhere to be found. Instead of feeling resentful, view the situation through a Stoic lens. Recognize that your actions were driven by your values, not by an expectation of reciprocation. This mindset helps maintain your inner peace. The next time you encounter a lack of sincere support, stand firm in your Stoic principle. Offer kindness and help, not with the expectation of return, but because it aligns with your values and virtues. In doing so, you're not just navigating the challenge of unreciprocated support, you're cultivating a resilient, self-reliant spirit. You learn to find fulfillment in the act of giving itself, not in the anticipation of receiving. Through this, you experience a profound sense of freedom and contentment, knowing that your peace and happiness are not contingent on the actions or inactions of others. By embracing the Stoic approach, you strengthen your inner self, becoming a beacon of support and kindness regardless of external circumstance. This is the essence of true generosity and self-reliance, leading to a deeper sense of fulfillment and tranquility. Number 9. Superficial closeness. George Washington once said, "True friendship is a plant of slow growth," highlighting the essence of genuine connection versus the shallow roots of superficial closeness. Imagine you're nurturing a garden, investing time and care into every plant, but one day you realize that what you thought was a flourishing rose is actually a plastic imitation. It looks real from a distance, but up close, it's clear there's no depth, no real growth or life. This scenario mirrors our own experiences with people who exhibit superficial closeness. They might appear to be friends, always around for the fun times, but when a storm hits, they're the first to vanish. Their presence is like a fleeting shadow, offering no shelter or warmth. Consider a colleague who is always eager to join for lunch or casual chats, but is conspicuously absent when you need genuine support or assistance. This lack of depth can leave you feeling bewildered and, frankly, used. This is where Stoic philosophy lends us its strength. It teaches us that while we can't control the depth of others' commitment, we can control our response to it. We learn to appreciate the true value of deep, meaningful relationships and not be unsettled by those that turn out to be superficial. Think of a time when you felt disappointed by a fair-weather friend. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, Stoicism encourages us to reflect on the nature of our expectations, remind ourselves of our capacity for self-reliance. Stoicism isn't about hardening your heart, but about understanding human nature and protecting your inner peace. Next time you encounter someone who is all smiles in good times but disappears in challenging ones, reflect on your expectations and focus on your own resilience. Appreciate genuine connections and let go of superficial ones without bitterness. By embracing the Stoic mindset, you can navigate the realm of superficial closeness with wisdom and equanimity. Your well-being isn't tethered to the whims of fair-weather friends, but rooted in your own stable Stoic core. In this realization, you discover not just the joy of true friendship, the power of your own resilience and inner strength. For instance, think about a close friend who consistently supports you through thick and thin. Compare this to someone who only appears during the good times. Stoicism helps you recognize the true value of the former, allowing you to invest more in such meaningful relationships and less in the superficial one. Ultimately, this approach ensures that your inner peace and happiness are not dependent on the fickle nature of others. Instead, they are anchored in your own steadfast principles and understanding. This clarity and strength enable you to weather any storm, confident in the depth and authenticity of your connections. Number 10. Making you feel guilty. Eleanor Roosevelt once wisely stated, "Nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent." Reflect on this as we explore the behavior of individuals who manipulate your emotions to make you feel guilty. This tactic is a form of emotional exploitation, using superficial closeness as a tool rather than fostering a genuine bond. Picture yourself as the go-to person for a friend or colleague. You've lent an ear, extended a hand, and opened your heart time and again. However, when the roles are reversed, they're conspicuously absent. Worse still, they twist the narrative, suggesting your requests for support are burdensome or unreasonable, leaving you draped in unwarranted guilt. This scenario isn't just uncomfortable, it's enlightening. Stoicism teaches us that our internal state, our emotions and reactions, are within our control, even when others' actions are not. When someone attempts to saddle you with guilt, they're not just stepping over a boundary, they're attempting to erode your autonomy over your feelings. Applying Stoic wisdom, when faced with such manipulation, ask yourself, what is within my power? You can't control their actions or their lack of genuine concern. You can control how you interpret and respond to these actions. Recognize this manipulation for what it is, an external attempt to influence your internal world, and refuse to let it unsettle you. Consider a modern example. Imagine a family member who constantly asks for your help, but makes you feel guilty when you ask for their support. Instead of succumbing to guilt, remember that your worth isn't dependent on their reciprocation. You have the power to maintain your emotional balance regardless of their actions. Embracing this Stoic perspective doesn't mean becoming indifferent or uncaring. Instead, it's about cultivating a robust inner fortress, one that acknowledges the actions of others without letting them dictate your self-worth or emotional state. When someone tries to make you feel guilty while showing a lack of true care, remember your Stoic armor. It's not about denying your feelings, but about empowering yourself to see beyond the superficial guilt trip and maintaining your tranquility. Next time you encounter someone who tries to make you feel guilty, reflect on your inner strength. Think about a time when you successfully maintained your peace in the face of manipulation. Use this memory as a source of strength to reinforce your Stoic resilience. You are in control of your emotions, not them. This practice ensures that your peace of mind remains steadfast, regardless of others' intentions. By internalizing this Stoic approach, you safeguard your emotional well-being and foster a sense of inner freedom and autonomy. You learn to navigate the complexities of human interactions with grace and strength, ensuring that your happiness and tranquility are truly your own. As we conclude our exploration of these 10 Stoic lessons, remember that each challenge, whether it's dealing with broken promises, disregard, emotional manipulation, or any other form of adversity, is an opportunity to cultivate inner strength and resilience. By embracing Stoicism, you can maintain your tranquility and dignity, regardless of external circumstance. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoic wisdom. If you found these insights valuable, please like the video, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below about which lesson resonated most with you. Don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Quotes 365 for more content that empowers you to live a life of wisdom and inner peace. Let's continue to grow and learn together.